Hey guys, what's up? It's Fern. I hope that you're all doing well. Thank you so much for joining me for another planty video. Today I figured we would do some watering. We're gonna go check on the plants, see who needs a drink, and then bring them out to the kitchen and give them a good water. So if you are interested in some relaxing planty content, then just keep on watching. Okay, so we are in the plant room. And I guess I'm just gonna start on this side and then make my way around the room. Also, it sounds like people are moving in upstairs right now. Like, literally just started as soon as I started filming, of course. That's my luck. So if there is noise, I apologize. Okay, so this is kind of my like Calathea corner. They're not all Calatheas, but the same kind of care needs. My thirsty ladies over here. So I feel like this is going to need a drink. My beautiful Calathea medallion, which is just doing so well. Look at those new leaves there. Oh, I love her so much. So I think we will definitely give her a drink. The pot's pretty light and yeah, she always needs a drink. So gonna set her aside here. Same with my Peace Lily Domino. This thing is basically always thirsty as well, so I'm just gonna bring her over here. She's like quite moist, but honestly she always can use water, and she's in terracotta, so yeah, it's really hard to overwater this plant. And then my variegated Maranta up here. Now, as you guys know, this is one of my favorites, but I've been struggling with her a little bit lately. She keeps getting these really curled, like these look like they all need to be cut off because they're not gonna come back. I think this was from underwatering her once, like a month ago, and they just never came back. So we're definitely gonna take her down and give her a drink as well, because I don't want that to happen with any of her other leaves. Look at, she has some dead ones that need to come off too. I swear I just removed a whole bunch of dead leaves off of her, and now there's like a whole bunch more to remove. So we will give her a little bit of TLC. Okay, so when I water these plants especially, I just like to check the leaves and make sure that there are no signs of pests, because we have gone through the spider mite thing before, specifically with this one, my medallion. This one has also had spider mites, and this one has too, actually. They all have, but this one had it really bad and I almost lost the whole plant. It looks really good. I'm like really on top of watching it, so no worries there. This one, I doubt there's anything. I have not been consistent enough with my watering for this one. Unfortunately, I have been neglecting it a little bit, which is not great. But sometimes it goes like that, you know? Look at all of these leaves right here. They're so light. These three. They're like yellow. So pretty. I love this plant so much. And then this one. This plant is so hardy, and the leaves are really like thick feeling. They're really textured. I don't see any signs of anything on any of these plants. So that's awesome. Okay, I'm going to get our watering can and our water ready. Okay, so for these plants, I'm going to go ahead and use my GrowTech Vitamax Pro fertilizer. I've really been liking this stuff. I've been using it on most of my plants lately, and they've just been growing like crazy. So we're going to be using some of this, and then also some of my just plain Miracle Grow that I'm trying to use up. So this is the sitch. Okay, so I'm going to start off by watering my beautiful domino spathiphyllum or peace lily. So our water is all ready. Just gonna run some through, and then I'm going to do some trimming away of the dead leaves. Probably doesn't need that much water since the soil still has some moisture. Okay, let's see. There's one. I just trim off these ones that are like really crispy and ready to go. It's really not that many. Okay, so that's good. It's dripping out the bottom. Set him down, then move our next one into the spot. Gonna do the Calathea medallion. The nice thing about these orchid pots are that you can see the water on the sides. It's kind of satisfying to watch. As it moves down. You can see it's mostly made it down to the bottom around the pot. It's pretty good. Just gonna let it drip for a minute there. I'm gonna move this one over onto a towel. Okay, this girl. Let's see. Maybe I'll do the trimming first. No, I'll water first and then we'll do the pruning. This plant is like really starting to trail. It's getting long. Okay, we'll let that run through and I'll do some trimming, pruning, whatever you want to call it. Whoa. Too much. Okay, so I'm just gonna remove the dead ones and the really curled ones because they're not gonna come back. They are gone, fortunately. Wow, this is so long. This vine, look at that. Wow. Okay, so this is what I took off of her, and this is how she looks now. Ooh, she is lush. Yeah, so she looks a lot better, and hopefully I can stay on top of the watering a little bit more. She's pretty forgiving either way though. Oh, look at this one. Oh, I just find the prettiest leaves on her. Okay, I am going to put these plants all back in their spots now. Look at this vine just hanging. It's so long. It's so crazy that these trail. That blew my mind when I first learned about that. And now mine is doing it. Okay, so they are all back in their spots. I usually, because you can see that this drips a little bit, so I just have this pushed back a little bit closer to the wall than normal just for the first like day, so it can just catch some of those drips. And then this girl is all back in her spot too. I'll turn my fan back on after the video. I just turned it on for filming because of noise. Also, don't mind how messy this room is. Just like a bit of a hot mess, you guys, because my sign is still backwards too, because I'm moving in a week, which is crazy to say that out loud, but yes. So I'm just gonna be packing things anyway, so it's, you know, kind of a waste of time. Anyways, since we're here, look at this poor guy. He is so thirsty. Oh my goodness. Let's get him to the sink. Okay, my pilea, my goodness, this thing just has grown like crazy. If you can see, it has a lot of babies. This used to stand straight. I don't know why he is lopsided now. I don't know if that's just because he is so thirsty. The soil is literally bone dry, so I'm going to run some just regular tap water through him first, and then I will add some of the fertilizer water. I just get concerned about burning their roots when it's like literally bone dry, so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, finally getting some water into him, the poor guy. I'm listening to a book, an audiobook right now called In Defense of Plants. Somebody actually recommended this to me on my Patreon because I was asking for more like botanical or like plant sciencey kind of books just so I can learn more. And it's really interesting so far. A lot of it is just like really just goes over my head because it's just a lot of like sciencey information, but a lot of it is really interesting. I just started it. I'm only on the 3rd chapter, but he is talking about jewel orchids right now, and it's made me kind of look at them in a different light. They were actually in my plants I don't like video, so you know, maybe my mind will be changed and I will try one out. Anyways, that's a random side note. I just thought I would share that. Okay, so all of that plain water has run through. I'm just gonna add some of our fertilizer water now. He looks surprisingly good for being that bone dry and kind of neglected. I do tend to neglect this plant. I don't know why, because I really like it. Like, it's so cool, especially now that it's grown so much. But yeah, I just tend to neglect it sometimes. Okay, I just put that guy back, and now we are going to water my Scindapsus exotica. Its leaves are starting to curl, so let's do that. Ooh, it's quite dry. All right. Can't wait until this plant starts trailing more. It's finally starting. It's definitely my slowest growing Scindapsus though. I think this is quite a new leaf. It still feels very soft. And then there's a new one coming in there. Really beautiful plant. There's still some that have some damage from being too close to the grow lights, I think, but that's okay. Alright, this one is all watered. I'm gonna put him back in his spot, and by tomorrow his leaves should be flat again. Okay, so over here I have my Philodendron Brazil, who has some damaged leaves because these are right above the baseboard heater there. Oh my gosh. Just gonna take them off this whole, Oh boy. Yeah, that's what happens. So don't put your plants too close to those heaters. It's actually not fully dried out yet though, so I don't think it needs any water. Just gonna take these leaves off though. There we go. Another one. Oh, it's just like part of that one. Okay, I think we got all of them. This plant's doing so well though. Look at that. That's a new leaf that's just come out. So pretty. Okay, I watered this guy yesterday actually, and look at this. New leaf has started to come out. Let's see if I can show you. Look at that. So cute. Really excited to see that. Especially since it's like climbing onto the pole now. Okay, we're gonna do a few more here, guys, before we wrap it up. I think this Hoya macrophylla, its leaves are not, well, some of them are soft. I don't think this has been watered in quite a while, but the leaves feel pretty good. Could probably leave it for a couple more days, so I'm going to. And my Melanochrysum here. Might actually be thirsty. I think I'm going to use my moisture meter to check. I think the Melanochrysum is fine. This Begonia maculata probably needs some water though. Let's bring it over. This thing is just growing like crazy, you guys. It's constantly putting out new leaves. Look at that. So pretty. It's huge now. Holy crap. Wow. Okay, let's give it a drink. This is the only one of my begonia that does not completely hate me. She's looking like a little bit more haggard than usual, but she's still growing like crazy. So cute. Wow. Look how big her leaves are, you guys. They're massive. I should try propagating her one day. Okay, I'm gonna go find a couple more. My oven is preheated. I'm gonna go find a couple of more that need some water, and then we will look at them together. Okay, I chose some fun ones. So we are going to water my pitcher plant, who is doing so awesome, especially since I started it on the Jessie May fertilizer. Actually, I'm gonna give it a few drops, but it's putting out lots of new little pitchers and new leaves, and yeah, it's just doing so well. So I usually water it from the top, and then I also bottom water it after that, and just let it like sit in some water for a couple of hours to absorb everything it needs. So yeah, we'll do that. And then I have my Calumnia or dancing dolphin plant here, and look at this, you guys. It is in bloom. Oh wow, they do look like dolphins. That's so cool. I had not looked at this until now. That's so crazy. What the heck? Do you guys see it? Do you see like the dolphin shape? Like it looks like a dolphin jumping out of the water. What the heck? That's so cool. There's another one over here too. Oh man, tomorrow I'm gonna have to take a better photo of this for Instagram or something. This is just so cool, and there's more blooms that are gonna come out too. What the heck? That's so cool. So we're definitely gonna give that one a water. Wow, amazing. Okay, so if you are new to pitcher plants or Nepenthes, an important thing is that you should never fertilize the soil. So I'm just gonna run regular water through the soil. Gonna let that drain through, and I'm going to fertilize its pitchers. So I'm going to be using the Jessie May Carnivorous plant food, and I'm just gonna put 1, 2 into each one that is open. Oop. I don't think, no, this one isn't open enough yet. Okay, and then I'm going to put it in a container to bottom water it so I can just make sure it has all the moisture that it needs. These plants cannot dry out. I let mine dry out too much and it lost probably 4 of the pitchers. It's producing more now that I've started it on the fertilizer and been keeping up with the watering. But yes, this is really cool. The new growth here. Oh my gosh, it's so cool in there. I can see like where the tiny pitcher is gonna be. I'm not gonna bother it, but okay, let's get a container here. I always just use like my Tupperware to bottom water my plants. Okay, I don't know if it should be sitting in the water. Maybe I'll take it out. There we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna let this sit off to the side for a few hours, and then it should have all of the water that it needs. Okay, and now for the dancing dolphin. It's pretty dry and I'm just nervous, so I'm just gonna put some tap water through and then I'll put the fertilizer through. I honestly don't know a lot about this plant, so I just kind of do what feels right to care for it. Oh. Okay, I just did some quick Googling and I don't even think that this is the final form of the blooms. I think they open up even more and look even more cool, so follow me on Instagram stories if you want to see the final form, because I will definitely be posting it on there, or probably even on my Instagram main feed. Like, what the heck, this thing is impressive. Oh yeah, I forgot we have to finish watering it, so I'm gonna run through some of the fertilizer water now. Hopefully it appreciates that to assist with energy for its blooms. All right. All right, I am going to put her back. Olive is chomping away on her food there. And then, like I said, the pitcher plant is just going to hang out in that water for a couple of hours. Alright you guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you like this kind of slow pace, just relaxed, chill water with me. It's a nice chance to kind of talk a little bit about each of the plants as well and give you little updates on them. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave me a comment down below. I would love to chat with you. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel for more planty content, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye!